Hello there, Itru here. Today we're going to be doing a guide covering how you can use the NPCs in the game to actually make profit, and how you can actually utilize the Docklands DLC to multiply these effects. The first thing we need to understand are the types of NPCs in the game. You have the trader NPCs, which are people like Archibald and Eli at the prison. You have the pirate faction, and then you have your competitor NPCs. They're the people that are taking over the other islands and going to war with you. So people like Margaret and Beryl and Benty, all those sorts of people. So let's have a look at the NPCs on each of the maps first off. So in the old world, we have a couple of NPCs for traders. You have Archibald. We also have Eli at the prison. And we have Madame Kahina. And the last one is the pirates. In the new world, we have Isabel. And we also have the pirates over here. In the Cape, you only have one NPC, and that is Nate. Now in the Arctic, we have the Inuit farm down here. And in the Land of Lions, we have Tima. Those are the main trader NPCs. The competitor ones, as we say, will be the people that are taking ownership of the other islands. So how can we actually make money off these people? Let's look into this. Slight addition to this video, make sure to stay tuned to the last part of the video and actually show how you can utilize some ship items to actually increase your profit margins on the items that you buy from the competitor and trader NPCs and selling on. So as in any economic state, you're going to be wanting to sell for profit and utilizing the other NPCs items as well as your own stockpile. And we're going to be selling items to the pirates and also to the trader NPCs. So if we have a look at Archibald over here, when you click on any of the NPCs, they will have an offer of what they're looking to sell you and the price and how many they have in stock. They'll also have an option down here of the items they're looking to buy for a specific amount. Now with the trader NPCs, they will buy an infinite amount of these items, and the competitors' AIs will buy a set amount. Whenever you see the question mark here, they'll buy anything from you, but it will be usually for a fairly cheap price. So we have a look at Archibald. He is selling 150 items here, and he's looking to buy coal for 32, which isn't a huge amount. However, Archibald is not one of the NPCs we're going to be looking to sell from. We'll be buying items from him later. The first person you're going to be looking at to buying and selling items to is Eli at the prison. Eli sells all these resources which are being mined by the prisoners, and he has a buy anything for an infinite amount. Potatoes for $32, and he buys soap for $384. Now the cost of making the soap versus the sell price is a insane markup price for early game. This will be the first trade you'll be utilizing. Let's go through the rest of the trader NPCs and see what sort of items they're looking to buy and sell. So the next one in the old world will be Madame Kahina. And she is selling pearls, cigars, coffee and chocolate and rum, but she's also buying fur coats for $992 per ton, which is a good price as well. However, the fur coats are a little slower to make than the soap, but it is still a good profit margin. So let's move over to the pirates. Now the pirates are booked on this one, so we'll be looking at those in the new world. So let's go over to the new world. Okay, so here we are. Now the buy and sell items are exactly the same for Anne and Jean in the old world and the new world for both pirate sets. They both buy and sell the exact same items and buy for the exact same price. So let's have a look at what sorts of items they have for sale. The pirates will be selling gold for $2,770 per ton, and they will have a cap of 150. Same with the advanced weapons, regular cannons, and sails. They buy infinite amounts of rum, schnapps, and beer. And the beer is the big one you'll be looking at here. $1,040 per ton of beer, which is a huge markup again. So you can be utilizing and selling your excess beer and making huge amounts of profit. The second NPC trader in the New World is Isabel. These are the items she will be selling, and these are the items she's looking to buy. So she buys fried plantain for a decent profit, a decent markup, but it's not a huge amount. But she's also buying the cannons for $912 per ton. But hold on. John, the pirate, is selling 150 tons of weapons for 570. That's instant profit. Just by going over to Jean, buying all the cannons, and starting to sell them. I'm going to be utilizing this mechanic across multiple different facets. So let's have a quick look at the Cape next. The only trader NPC in the Cape is Nate. If we have a look at the items he's looking to buy and sell, he is selling carriages, steam engines, but he only sells a really small amount, so I won't worry too much about the items he sells. The items he is buying, he's buying pearls for $121, where Isabel was selling them for, I think it's about $76 per. And he is also buying gold for 4,432 tons, which you can be utilizing from your Yorgs or any of your mines and be selling them. But also 4,432. We check the pirates again. Pirates are selling $2,770 per ton. Only 150 per time, but it's still instant free profit just by sailing to the pirates and selling the gold to Nate now. Now in the Arctic, the Inuits are, you're only really going to be buying items from these, and these are things like the caribou meat and whale oil and stuff. They buy an infinite amount of everything, but for a reduced amount. I won't worry about these people too much. So if we have a look at the last island, and that is the Mbesa. The last trader NPC is Katima in the Mbesa. So if we have a look at the items he's looking to buy and sell, he has some items up here that could be quite useful just for backfilling some shortfall at times to time, but it's only 150 per. But he is a big money maker. You could be selling your steam carriages, 66,000. I wouldn't do this because if you know the Docklands DLC, the steam carriages are incredibly broken. And we also have gramophones for 44,000, which is huge. Penny farthings, $2,793. I would definitely recommend using these for the global trade network in the Docklands DLC rather than selling them. And pocket watches for $13,312. And he buys an infinite amount of each of these. Now, you remember Archibald was selling some of these items. Gramophones, 44,000. Pocket watches, 13,000. Let's check Archibald again. Archibald, 44,000. Archibald selling for 27.5. He's also selling the pocket watches, 8,320. Where if we have a look again at Katima, $13,000. That's instant profit again. There's nothing stopping you going over to Archibald, buying all the items that he has, and then sailing over here. Now the trick is Sometimes the trade routes won't set up if you've never bought an item from one of the NPCs. So if you're looking to set up an automatic trade route to buy the gramophones or pocket watches from Archibald and sell them to Katima, if you can't set up the trade route, just sail over to Archibald and buy one of each of the items. That'll fix the bug in the game that won't recognize you being able to set up the automatic trade route. So the next thing we can look at is actually not using our own items or using the trader NPCs, but actually starting to utilize the competitor NPCs trade markets. So let's have a look at these people. So the competitor AI, how do they differ to the trader AI? Each of their individual islands will have their own bespoke and unique set of items that you can actually buy from them, and items they're looking to purchase from yourself. So we have a look at this island here, and depending on how far down the tech tree they are and how large of a population and economy they are, the higher the grade of items they'll be offering on their bigger islands, and the larger the number they will have on offer as well. So up here we have all the items they're looking to sell and all the items they're looking to buy. We have a look at another one of their islands, the smaller one, and they're only looking to buy items. However, if we have a look at another island, completely different items. And as you'll see on the items they're looking to purchase, they'll only be purchasing a small amount of goods for a small amount of money. They're not particularly great to sell items to. However, they are useful for buying items. Now, what you'll find is that if you go to a NPC and you buy all of their glasses, you buy 50 tons of their glasses or 150 tons of the goulash, they will probably take the rest of the goulash straight off the market and replace it with something else. They're trying to stop you building up a huge stockpile of a certain good. So if we have a look at this island, 500 light bulbs, and you went over here with a ship to buy 300 tons of light bulbs, and then you sent another ship over to buy another 200 because there's 200 left, they will already have been gone and actually been taken off the market. So if you're wanting to buy everything, just make sure you take enough ships over and be quickly buy the first one, close it off, open up the trade window on the second one, and just try to beat the countdown. Now, remembering the prices that the trader NPCs were buying items from, the individual islands will have their own goods on here. We have a look here. Pocket watches, 3,328. If we remember, even better profit. However, he may not have always those items available on that island. It may take a while for him to replenish his stock. It may take even longer for him to cycle to start selling pocket watches again. However, the profit margins are about 4 times as good. You can quadruple your profit just by buying items from the competitor AI and selling them. The only thing is, because the trade lists change all the time, you won't be able to set up automated trade routes that are going to be efficient because there probably won't be the items there all the time. I just keep going around each of the different islands and actually checking what they actually have for sale. Because as I say, each island will have their own individual sets of goods they're selling and buying, and it will cycle from time to time. Just check the bigger islands for bigger purchase options. So we have a look at this island. Again, more pocket watches, more profit. Beer that the pirates are looking to buy for 1,040 per ton. He's selling it 260. The gold, 1,108 that Nate is looking to buy for 4,432. This is fantastic ways of just increasing your income just by doing passive and active trades between the NPCs and the traders. So now, how can we actually make this even more effective? And that's through the Docklands DLC. So let me switch over to a different gameplay. So now we're going to show how you can take that information we've just learnt and take it to the next level and actually increase your profit margins by reducing the cost of purchasing from the competitors or the trader NPCs before selling on. What do we mean by that? If we have a look at Archibald, he is selling the pocket watches for 8,003 and the gramophones for 27,500. So now the items we're going to be talking about in particular are the trade price reductions. We have 15% and another 15%. So it's going to reduce the actual cost of buying from the competitor NPCs and the traders. There isn't any bonus from selling price increases, but it will reduce the cost of buying from the other competitors. So if we have a look at Archibald now, we've taken the 8,000 and reduced it to 5,800. We've reduced the cost of the gramophones from 27.5 down to 19,000. So this adds up quite a lot, especially if you're doing this through the other competitors and you're stacking it quite heavily and doing lots of trades, you could be making an even greater profit margin. The last thing we'll have a look at is the global trade network, part of the Darklands DLC, where you can trade items to other items. And we'll just focus on one item just for example. If we remember that Katima is buying gramophones for $44,000 per ton. If we have a look at gold bars, they're quite readily available. You can buy them from the pirates for $2,200 per ton, or if you find the right competitor AI, they'll be selling them for just over 1,000 per ton. So now if we do the equations, this is just going off my gold ratio of 1.2 on a rank 4. If we had that up at rank 1, that would be even greater profit margins. We'll just keep it at the lower end here. So if we got 500 tons of gold from Admiral Silver, which would cost us about a little over 500,000, we could convert that a 3-to-1 ratio to 147 gramophones. Then we could take those 147 gramophones and sell them to Katima, 44,000 per ton, equating to 6.5 million on a low grade conversion ration. I say if we had that up at grade 1, that would be even more. You could be looking at, I don't know exactly, let's say around 9 million. So you just turned 500,000 into many millions just by using the global trade network and selling the items off to different trader NPCs. And you do this across multiple different items that the NPCs are looking to buy. Again, you could convert something like a bunch of advanced weapons that you've got as passive trade over to beer, then selling all the beer to the pirates for insane amounts of profit that way as well. It's very easy that you can manipulate the trade network. Just find which works best for yourself and what is readily available on your save. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you do, I appreciate any likes on the video and subscription to the channel, and comment down below if there's a guide you'd like me to cover next. Stay safe up there, catch you on the next one.